Welcome everybody to episode 3, a very special one for me because it's UFC 200.
Love it.
200.
Love it.
So I'm a big MMA fan, and this is Charlie. You know, I'm Raul. This is Charlie.
How y'all doing?
My boy. And we're here to talk about UFC 200, the whole card, but we're also going to go to this International Fight Week. So the main event for Thursday, main event for Friday, and then we're going to go through the UFC 200 card. So let's pretty much jump right into it because there's a lot of fights. It's freaking stacked, man.
It's stacked, bro.
What do you think of this? It's like
I love them all. Every single fight, I can't get enough of it.
Have we ever seen a stacked card like this?
Never. And we haven't missed many shows.
No.
We have not missed many shows, folks. Believe me.
Because what do we get? We get like the prelims that, you know, get us warmed up. But really, the pay-per-view gets us even more warmed up. But it's always the main events. But this is like we got a name in the majority of the fights. So it's just good. We just need to jump in. We just need to jump in.
We were going through it.
So let's just start with Thursday. So Thursday, what is that? July
7th.
It's July 7th.
July 7th, UFC Fight Night. You got Dos Anjos versus Alvarez.
That alone, and that's what's crazy. That's a big. That could be a pay-per-view by itself.
It could.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people know about how good Eddie is, and maybe Dos Anjos, and you know, there's always that talk of what's the biggest draw and stuff like that. But for me, I'm just an MMA fan. I know these guys, so it's really about good fights. Good fights. But what we're gonna kind of do on this episode is we're gonna kind of what I always like to do is who you're going for, and who would you put money on.
I love it. I love it.
It could be the same person. It could be different people. So I've always found that that's a good way to go about it. So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna ask you right off the bat. Eddie Alvarez, Dos Anjos. Who are you going for?
I gotta go for Dos Anjos. He's a beast, and I wonder about Alvarez. He's had a long career. We'll have to see, but I would have to go for Dos Anjos on that fight. He's hungry right now, real hungry.
And he's like, I mean, if you saw the Cerrone fight that he last defended the belt with, and who knows, you never know, Cerrone maybe wasn't all in the head or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, Dos Anjos went in there, and he just took care of business. It was a fast fight.
And earlier that year, he beat Pettis easily. I'm not going to say easily, but he definitely took advantage of him on that fight, made him look silly.
Right. You basically take advantage of, in that case, hey, you're great at standing. Guess what? I'm going to take you down.
Oh, man. He is a beast. He is a beast.
A
but Alvarez, you never know, man. This guy could, he's something else. He shows up sometimes to the point where he's almost unbeatable.
Well, Alvarez also beat Pettis in the same way.
Exactly.
I'm just going to take him down. Pettis didn't improve enough to stop that in his game. But let me jump to the next question, which is, okay, so you're going to go for Dos Anjos.
You know what? The way you put the question, my heart goes with Alvarez.
Okay.
But my money is on Dos Anjos.
There it is.
I don't have a choice.
So if you had to go for somebody, you'd go for Alvarez.
Yes.
Why would you go for him over Dos Anjos?
Just my heart goes with him, man. He's been in the business a long time.
Yeah.
He was with Strikeforce, and only God knows who with before that. You know, he's been fighting a long, long, long time.
Yeah. And he's one of those guys that he's a fighter.
He's 27-4. 27-4, and that goes back a long ways.
Rare. And I'd have to say, as far as Alvarez, it's just like, I think he said it best. When he went against Pettis, everybody was like, oh, I don't know, that was boring, this, that, and the other. He beat him the way he knew he had to beat him.
Absolutely.
This is MMA. Whatever advantage you have over the guy is what you need to do. But in this fight, I mean, what do you think? Do you think they're even going to, like, take each other down and go that? Or are they just going to stand up and just do it? I'm curious on that part.
That is yet to be seen. We're going to have to see what happens. I could see Alvarez taking him down.
Yeah.
I could see Alvarez. The problem is that Dos Anjos is a Brazilian. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Yeah.
So that's not the best place to be, you know. So, again, my heart goes with Alvarez. My money goes with Dos Anjos.
All right. Let me get my side. My heart, who I'm going for, is tough. I'm always a guy that goes for the underdog. Like, it almost doesn't even matter. Like, I just like the underdog. I like to see an upset.
Yep, you're like me.
But, like, so with Alvarez, it's like, just like you said, he's got the history. He's got the skills. He's got that fighting mentality. I have a lot of respect for the guy. And he is tough. Like, he's a big guy, and he's strong for Dos Anjos, but Dos Anjos, on the other hand, is amazing in his own right. So, let me just answer the question.
And he's very hungry right now.
Yeah, he's like, nobody's going to take this. Did you know he broke his jaw? I forget who it was, but he had to recover from that. And after that, he went on this tear, beating everybody all the way up to getting the belt.
Yep.
So I think he's like, I went there, I've got injured, I've been there, all that, and he's just gonna take it.
And we could talk about this fight all day long, honestly. Yeah. Alvarez is also hungry and coming for it.
Yeah. So it's tough. So
who do you take in, and who would you put your money on?
I'm gonna go both with Dos Anjos, and I'm going for him because I really do like it. I ended up recently seeing, I guess I'm emotionally invested. I recently saw where he broke his jaw and how he came back from that. And that's why I love about UFC now. They're like, as a promotion, they're doing a lot of extra, inside stuff. Yep. So I really felt for him, and he's just so tough. He's good at taking you down. He's good at standing up. He has this pressure and pace that I think Eddie Alvarez can deal with, but he'd have to just really be on top of the game, which he could be. But if I was going to put money on it, I would still say Dos Anjos. And who am I going for? I like Dos Anjos. I see him holding that belt. I like seeing a champion hold the belt for a while. So that's what I'm going for.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. That's going to be a good one. All right, what's the next one? So Friday, July 7th?
I didn't write that date down.
What the hell was it? I don't even know. It doesn't even...
So the 8th was Thursday the 8th, correct?
All right.
July 8th.
That's Joanna, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on this one, but... Joanna and...
kick a lot of butt.
And kick a lot of butt.
Joanna kick a lot of butt. She's fighting Claudia from Brazil, and she's a beast. She's a beast. Joanna is 11-0. Claudia is 13-1.
I love these kind of matchups. So Joanna is a stand-up Muay Thai, just brutal, and she will go for it. She's a straight-on fighter. Yeah. Claudia, on the other hand, if you just look at her body, you just can see all the hard work that she puts in. And out of all that hard work, and they already fought before, and which was very close. So taking Joanna down and being able to do that, I feel is what's going to happen. But Joanna's only gotten better at the defense. So I'll
confidence. That girl Joanna has got confidence second to none too.
And Joanna's pissed off. You probably haven't seen The Ultimate Fighter. A lot of people probably haven't.
I haven't.
But I've seen it. Joanna basically was like in her face, like, you need to respect me, stuff like that.
I saw that.
That rubbed me a little the wrong way. It's like, you don't need to do all that. Just be a champion and do your work inside the octagon.
Those girls are throwing a lot of salt. A lot of salt in those wounds.
So who am I going for? I like Claudia. I think because of the Ultimate Fighter, and I hate to say that almost, but because of that, it's just like I grow fond of Claudia.
Okay.
She's a beautiful woman too.
And who would you
bet on?
Throw
that out there. If I had to put money on it, Joanna.
Uh-oh.
If I had to put money on it, Joanna. I just think that she can keep it standing, and she can rock her, and she can finish her.
What if I told you I'm exactly opposite from where you are right
now? I mean
exactly opposite.
Tell me about it.
Absolutely opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I got to go the other way. So you're telling me you put your money on Joanna. I would go the other way. I'm going to take Joanna in the fight, and I would put my money on Claudia. Almost. I got to tell you. From time to time, I bet $1 or $2. I think you got a little bit of a spread here, and I think it's real possible. Again, he talked about her physical shape and her fitness, and she is a beast. And let me tell you something.
She's big.
She is hungry, and she is a jiu-jitsu expert. If Joanna happens to end up on the ground, it may not be a good day.
Right.
So,
especially with all that strength. So, I mean, and that's what I love about MMA. The conversation can go back and forth all day.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just have to see what happens. Because then there's mentality and all of that stuff. But, hey, I like having opposites. 30. We got to keep going. We weren't going to spend a lot of time on that one, but we did want to bring it up. It's an important fight.
We could do this all day, guys.
So, UFC 200.
Yeah.
The card is stacked, as in, usually on this show, I always figured we'll go straight to the main card, what most people want to hear about, talk about. But this card is so stacked. Not only that, it's the good old anniversary, UFC 200. It's just a big deal. If you're a UFC fan, you're just juiced anyways, right? I am. So let's just keep it moving.
Wow.
So the very first fight, Jim
the very
Miller
first fight
of the event. There's a name in every single fight. That's just what's
unbelievable.
Amazing. Like usually you get a bunch of people you don't really know, and
unbelievable.
This one you at least got somebody. So Jim Miller, Takanori, Gomi. Let's jump right into it. I want to get your first take. Who's your heart with? Who are you going for?
Man, I got to tell you, Jim Miller is 32 years old. Takanori Gomi is 37, pushing 40. I like to go with the underdog, and I'm going to go ahead and assume Takanori's the underdog. I don't know that to be true. I haven't looked. But this guy's fought in Pride. He's fought everywhere for a long time.
A lot of experience.
And he knows what he's doing. In fact, 35, 45, 46. This guy has had close to 50 fights, 46 fights. Jim Miller, I like Jim Miller. Don't get me wrong. He hits me in the heart. He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's got a big a heart as Takanori.
Woo!
So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Gomi all the way through. I would bet on him. He's gonna win the fight all the way through.
Throwing the pen and everything.
Yeah,
I love it.
I have to.
You know what's crazy about this? In the last 2 episodes, there was always a lot of agreements. I was always, the two parties were agreeing.
Yeah.
We're on opposite ends. I like this.
We argue a lot.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way.
In a good way.
So I'm almost the opposit on that. So
surprise.
Yeah. So I'm going for Jim Miller.
Wow.
Jim Miller. He's got his really good camp. A lot of tough guys that are doing better or less higher ranked in different weight classes. He's been around the block. He's just very well. Will he ever be a champion? Maybe not. He's not really that guy. Neither is Gomi. So this fight, and what was interesting, wasn't this the one? I think they both lost their last 2 fights.
Yes. Yes,
so,
correct. They did. They both lost their last 2 fights.
Yeah, so on that end, it's kind of like, wow, this is a good matchup because of that.
It is a good matchup.
They're both going to want it, but Jim Miller, because of the younger age, because of he reminds me of like a Matt Hughes. He's just going to push and push and push, and he's got a lot of skills, and I see him taking this. I'm going for him, and if I was going to put money on it, Jim Miller.
And you know what? You're good at math. I'm going with my heart. I
Hey.
got to go with the old guy.
Good deal. That'll be a good one though. I like that. You lost 2. You don't want to lose a third one in UFC.
Right.
So for both of them, they're probably very
I tell you what.
motivated.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The next one we got is. Come on now.
I'm sorry.
You know better. You gotta put it on the side. This is like a movie theater. This is live. There's no breaks.
We're doing a live podcast. Hello, son. How are you? I'm in the middle of doing a show right now.
The MMA half hour.
I've got you on speaker. We're doing the MMA half hour. Say hello, son. Say hello to all the people. By the way, guys, this is my son. He's 21 years old. He's a brown belt Kimpo karate. Did jiu-jitsu for about a year, maybe a little more than a year, and did Muay Thai for quite a long time. He's one of the reasons that I just love MMA. And I'll tell you what, you guys should have seen him fight. Son, I love you. I'm going to call you back.
Also, he was the reason I got to meet Royce Gracie.
That's correct. My son also
I got to
trained
meet
with
Royce Gracie. I went to go
Raul
see him
got
just to
meet
see
Royce
him.
Gracie.
He's like, hey,
On
Royce
account of
Gracie's
my
here.
guy right here.
Yeah, I was like, what? Got to take a picture. I'm going to show
It
the
was.
picture right here.
It was amazing. It was an amazing time. All right, love
All
you,
right,
man.
brother.
See you soon.
Love it. He might have to do a stop.
I'd
these
love
days.
to get him on.
All right, Gerard Mousasi and Thiago Santos.
Wow.
Let me start this one off because my answer's pretty quick. I'm a big Mousasi fan. He did lose to Uriah Hall recently, and
Ouch.
Uriah Hall, I think he's definitely on another level, but that could have been a little more competitive, I think. But either way, Mousasi, I just think he's elite. He's an elite guy. Thiago Santos, I just don't think he's fought anybody that high. So I'm going for Mousasi because I'm a bit of a Mousasi fan. And if I was going to put money on it, it would also be Mousasi.
And Mousasi came from kickboxing. He was a striker a long time. He was in K1.
Very good striker.
Yeah, very, very good striker. K1 fighter. Knees are very, very dangerous. And at the same time, I was looking at some of Thiago Santos' previous fights. This guy's got a head kick. And if you're not ready for it, he'll take your head off. So this is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, because what is this? This is 185. That's a heavy hitting.
185.
When Uriah Hall did that spinning crazy kick to basically bring down Mousasi, I mean, that's just a big hit. I mean, that could have happened to anybody. So who your heart goes for?
My heart goes with good old Mousasi. I mean, he's had over almost 50 fights, 48 fights this guy has had. 48 fights compared to 16 fights with Thiago Santos. My heart goes with Mousasi.
And your money?
My money goes with Santos, guys. I hate to
and
tell
when
you,
we're talking money, believe me.
Younger and hungrier, and he's going to be coming after it. He's going to be fighting real hard for this.
I'm gonna do a UFC 200 just like reactions video. I don't really know, but I'm gonna record while we hang out and watch the fights.
That's good. That's good.
And typically, when we talk about bets here, we're not talking big bets, but bets, we're talking dollars. $1. You know, we're not big rollers or anything like that. So if we're talking about money, it's just say. Nobody wants to lose $1 anyway.
Nobody wants to lose $1. I got an extra couple bucks. I can buy me another root beer.
Exactly. So you want to save those. All right, let's move on. Ooh,
this is my favorite fight. This is definitely one of my favorite fights of the night.
You did call it out. Diego Sanchez and Joe Lauzon. I'll let you start off with this one. Who are you going for?
You know, these guys are amazing. I love Diego Sanchez all the way back to his cartwheels. If you remember his cartwheels, this guy, yes,
he's still on it,
and he's still on it. I don't know how old he is. I don't have those records with me, but he's been around a long time.
He's still pretty young. I would
and then
think.
When you're talking about Joe Lauzon, I remember watching this guy. Man, this guy's got some grappling submissions that are unbelievable. And he's going against a wild man, Diego Sanchez.
Yeah.
These guys are a couple of crazy guys. I've also seen Joe Lauzon let go of his hands, too. So I'm expecting an absolute war. Heart goes with Diego Sanchez. My money goes with Joe Lauzon.
Whoa.
And I shouldn't do that.
No, that's okay. I mean,
bad.
That's why the two questions are good. Because sometimes your heart might go one way, but you might say, but this guy's going to win. This guy, if I was going to put money on it.
I wonder who's favored in that fight. I just have no idea who's favored.
We have no odds. Maybe
we don't have any odds.
That might be
we're not
something
gambling,
we do.
guys. We bet $1 or $2. Like
but if you guys are gambling people, and if that's something you do like, put it in the comments.
Right.
Let us know. You know, we got to find out what our viewers are like.
Yep.
So you got to let us know in the comments, and you know we'll throw that out. But as far as this fight, I just love it too. Again, I'm gonna throw in the emotional attachment a little bit with Joe Lauzon. Not only long time watching him, I love his submission. I mean, I just thought he was going to be one of the greats. I really did. He didn't make it. But another thing that just touched my heart, he had as a child that was born with cancer, and he had to go through all these things. So
that's what you were saying.
And then he came back in. He came back in. It slipped my mind. I should have wrote it down. He came back in, fought, and won. And I just feel like, who knows? This guy could just be on this other mentality level, which I think is very important.
He could be.
And that's where I think he's gonna win this fight. So I want to go for him, and I think he's gonna win. Diego Sanchez is amazing. I loved him at the beginning. This is the thing about Diego Sanchez. This is just a little extra. When he first came out, his scrambles were amazing.
Amazing.
He would just scramble, and he would always
You're
get
right.
opposition.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
But eventually, he went away from it. Eventually, it didn't happen anymore. Like, he wasn't up for the scrambling.
He's going to have his scrambling together when he's fighting Joe Lauzon.
That's what made him great.
He is going to come. He's going to try and submit this guy quickly. And hopefully we can see a Diego Sanchez of the past where he just comes unglued.
I've been waiting. The thing about Diego Sanchez...
They're both up there in their careers, too. So
this is what I think about Diego Sanchez. What happened was... Do you guys remember when he trained with, like, Oscar De La Hoya? Ever since that... goofy hype, he's a stand-up guy, and he stopped going to the ground, and that's what made him great. He would take people down, ground and pound, keep them there, and that's what made him great. And I don't know if he's ever going to go back to that. I'm not going to put money on him doing that. So Joe Lauzon, both ways. Your heart goes with...
My heart goes with Diego,
but you think Joe Lauzon?
I think Joe Lauzon.
Fair enough.
But I really want to see these guys give it their all. I don't know how much longer they're going to be around.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed every fight I've ever seen with both of them. They're fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's great about this card. I mean, some of these fights don't really mean much. Like even that one, you don't know if these guys are going to go up the rank for the title. But a lot of times it's just like we know them, we know what they're capable of. We just want to see a good fight. I think we're going to get that there.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Sage Northcutt and Enrique Marin.
How old is Sage Northcutt?
He's like 15. and he has a 10-pack, and
Okay.
yeah.
So he's 15.
This guy is as young as it gets. You don't need to worry about his age.
Yeah.
He's got like baby
I think
energy.
he's 19 or 20 years old, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure he's a little older by now.
Very, very young, though.
Yeah,
21,
and athletic,
22, 23,
and strong,
extremely young.
fast. But I'll let you start off.
Well,
who are you
I was
going for?
listening to a little bit of his stuff, and he claims he's coming and he's going to give it all he has.
He lost his
And
last one.
Last fight was a fluke. He had some things going on in
He
his
was
life.
sick and
he promises to perform.
whatnot.
Looked at we got Enrique Marin come off of the Ultimate Fighter. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter. I don't know which way this one's gonna go.
Yeah, and look at that record, 9-3. There's so many fighters that have like 20 something or 18-3, 9-3. You know.
Well, look at Sage Northcutt, 7-1.
It's true. It's true.
I'm gonna go with Sage Northcutt. I'm gonna put my money on Sage Northcutt. He's young. He's an up and comer, and I'd hate to see the kid get broke
Again.
at this early in the career. I just got a pull for him. However, Enrique Marin, this guy's no joke, folks. He's got a jiu-jitsu background.
I think he was this. We don't know. We even looked it up a little bit. We didn't go too far into it. It's not that big of a deal. But we tried to. If I recall correctly, and you guys can let us know. I believe Enrique Marin was a semi-finalist. I don't think he was a finalist, or maybe he was a finalist and lost, something like that, from the Latino America Tough. But this is where we're gonna agree. I believe that Sage is gonna win it. If I was gonna put money on it, it would be over Sage. I know he's got all this kind of negative hype on him, but these are the things. He's training with a lot of good names. He's already fit. He's already fast. He already has amazing balance. So if he's just training like any other fighter would, I almost think he has an edge upon most people because he's just so athletic. And I just think he's going to be too fast, too strong, and whatever he wants to do. I mean, obviously a knockout could happen, of course, but I'm going for Sage. I think he can go pretty far. I'm not going to call him championship in the future, but he's young. You never know. He definitely could, but I don't know. He's got to get punched in the face a little bit more for me to be that confident.
His father said if he wanted to win this fight, he could.
That sounds believable. I was like, that sounds believable.
All the drama. There's been some drama behind it. Behind
Really?
his father being his trainer, correct? You got to break away from your dad. Break away from your dad type thing. Yeah, they're giving him a little bit of hard time.
So it sounds like a Ronda Rousey story.
I was absolutely joking, and I'm certain that his father does the best he can with him. I don't know much about the training in their camp.
That's a good point, though.
But
it's kind of like Ronda Rousey. That you guys know that story about her coach, and she should be in a real
It is similar drama.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I do know that he has gone to different places, fought with different people.
Correct.
He's going around the block, and I think, a lot of people have plus and minuses, but I think it's a good thing. I think you should fight with other people. Yeah. Do different things and get that different style.
No,
but
I was just joking with that anyway. He is getting around. There was a lot of hype about that. They were harassing his dad quite a bit.
Well, especially after you lose. I mean,
Exactly.
after you lose, if he won, then, your dad's the greatest.
That's
when
right.
you lose,
Absolutely.
your dad, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, his dad's doing something right. This kid's definitely
look at this guy. He looks like a freaking statue.
And if he wins this fight, we'll talk more about it.
Yeah, that's it. He's a big name as it is. All right, moving along, we got, dude, this freaking card. Oh my God.
It's one after the other.
One after the other. TJ Dillashaw. Maybe a fight night type of nowadays type of main event, but TJ Dillashaw, the prior champion, versus Rafael Assuncao, who beat him in a decision in the past. So this is kind of a TJ getting back a loss. He's much better from then, and so on and so forth. I'll start this one off. Both ways, money and who I'm going for is TJ Dillashaw.
Okay.
His stand-up, the way he moves, the way he's progressed. He's a smaller guy, but he's just freaking fast. The way he moves, Dominic Cruz is great. He's great.
He's great.
He's a tough person to fight. And
Correct.
TJ did pretty well. Not excellent, but he did pretty well. He could have won that fight. It was so close. So I just see him beating Raphael in a good way and moving on to getting another title shot again.
Well, I think you're probably right. And I would put my money and my best bet for him to win, both with Dillashaw. However, Rafael Assuncao is a jiu-jitsu fighter. and he has the ability to submit anyone, choke him out, or submit him. Arm bars, knee bars. I believe this guy's a black belt, and he's coming to win also. So this should be an interesting fight.
He's good. Look, 23-4. That is an amazing record. So I don't think TJ's going to run through him like he thinks he might and might want to. I don't know. I just see TJ. He's freaking good. And as far as the submission stuff like that, he came from Alpha Male before. That's what they worked on a lot. And yeah, I just don't see it. But so wait, who are you going for in money?
I gotta go TJ.
Both ways.
Both ways with TJ.
Fair enough. Oh my God.
How we doing?
Johnny, Hendricks, and Kelvin Gastelum. How much time we got? I call it the MMA half hour. I don't have a new name, so we're just trying to keep it in a half hour. I think that's a lot of time. I try to make my videos like 10 minutes. It's an awful lot of time. So let's just try to go through it. We're doing good. Let's just keep going. Johnny Hendricks, Kelvin Gastelum.
We'll pick up the pace.
Yeah. I'm both ways. Going for Johnny Hendricks, and I would put money on him.
Absolutely. I'm also going for Johnny Hendricks both ways. I'd put money on him. He's going to win the fight. His last fight didn't make him happy, and he is coming to hurt people. And when Johnny decides to hurt people, he hurts people.
Yeah. I think he's going to be way better. Amazing wrestler. Big left hand.
Yep.
Kelvin Gastelum, very good. I give him a lot of credit. I think he belongs there with this fight at this time, but he hasn't fought somebody at the high level, and I think Johnny Hendricks
Johnny's coming back.
Force.
Johnny's going to come back, and he's going to come back fast. He's going to give it all he has. And I'm excited about that fight, though. Yeah. I want to see the old Johnny Hendricks. I want to see some bombs thrown, you know.
Yeah, because Kelvin, as far as like the size that he is, I like the way he moves. The way he moves as stand-up, it might actually be a little bit troublesome for Johnny, but I don't know. I think overall, Johnny, no matter where it goes, if he's having good luck standing, great. Not, he can probably just take him down, and I think he'll just have
what else
his
you got?
way. Man, I got something big to say here. Kat Zingano, Julia Pena. Let me start off with this one because this one's easy. Both. Going for and money, Kat Zingano. I love Juliana Pena. She has that kind of like knockout possibilities and real tough.
Yep.
But not Kat Zingano tough.
Yeah, not Kat Zingano tough.
Kat Zingano beat Miesha Tate already, and that was by KO or TKO, whatever you want to call it. She's the champion. She's going to be a champion.
She's going to be the champion, and that's my belief,
she's probably going to stay there a bit. She's a tough girl. I'm going for her big time. I'm going for her big time.
So am I. I'm going for Kat Zingano. I've been waiting for her to come back. I didn't like the fact that she lost to Rousey. I'd like to see her fight her again.
Yeah, too fast.
And I want to see that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, even if Rousey never comes back, I want to see her work up. I really do believe. Well, we already know she can beat Miesha.
Yep.
So pretty much she.
She beat both the people that are gonna be in the.
So she's number 3 right now. She should be number 3. She should take this fight and be
whoever wins with Tate and Nunes, because she beat both of them. Yeah. She beat Nunes and Tate already.
Correct. Yeah. No, as far as a woman, I've never seen knees thrown by a woman like that intended to hurt.
Yeah.
And she throws them to hurt you.
She reminds me of a not so scary Cyborg, but just because of the strength and the way she hits.
That's exactly what she is, man.
It kind of is, right?
Faster, though. Almost faster.
Right. It almost... Because she's bigger.
And again, you look at
she's not
Cyborg's 145.
bigger,
she should be at 155. They talk about her not even be able to make weight.
Zingano and... Zingano and Cyborg. I'm going to say it right now. I bet you that one happens in the future.
That could happen.
But she just needs to run through Pena, which I think she probably can and will. And Kat Zingano...
I do have a small piece of my heart would like to see Julia Pena win. Just so you know.
All right, let's move it.
What do you got?
Cain Velasquez, Travis Brown.
Wow.
Wow. I got a few quick points. I'm going to make it real quick. I'm going for Cain, number 1, a.k.a. San Jose. You got to represent, too. San Jose,
Mexican.
Baby.
He's Mexican.
You're the Mexican.
He's Mexican.
You got to go for the guy. He has brown pride on his chest.
That's
Come
right.
on. All right, but
I'm also going for Cain Velasquez. Just
now,
so you know.
so I'm going for that, but also skill-wise, he's just very good. Travis Brown, he hasn't fought anybody at that high level. Well, he did Fabricio, but
Ronda.
Fabricio ran right through him.
No, I don't know if they fight. I shouldn't even have said
Well,
that.
all right, yeah.
I shouldn't even
We
have
don't know
said
what
that.
kind of training they do.
We don't know what they do.
But whatever they do, the coach of Ronda is Travis's new coach.
Wow.
And I think that's another downfall. I mean, he's got skills. He's tall, all that great
You're
stuff.
fighting Cain Velasquez. He's been held up for a little while
If he's
now.
healthy enough, if
he
Cain's
is
healthy enough,
coming to hurt people.
he's gonna run through somebody to get right back up.
Yep.
That's, I'm sure, his goal. I just hope that he feels he had surgery in his back, whatever, all that. So I hope Cain is, if he's feeling good, I think no problem.
I cannot believe this card, guys.
Yeah, we're agreed on Cain?
We're agreed on Cain. I'd take Cain from the heart, Cain from my pocket.
All right, last two. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I said last
There's
two.
several, and every one of them's a giant name. Go ahead.
We
break
needed
it
the
out.
MMA hour. Sorry.
Tell them who it is.
All right. Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar, part 2. I'll let you take this one. Who are you going for?
Oh, man, dude, this is a rough one. You know, Jose Aldo getting knocked out, what, 13 seconds? Fighting
13
McGregor?
seconds. Yeah, something
He's
crazy.
not happy about that, and I wouldn't be happy about it either.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't know what else to say. Some things happen for a reason, maybe. You know, he's starting to get up there. He held the title for 10 years, man. For 10 years undefeated. And now you're going to fight Frankie Edgar? That's not a good thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Frankie Edgar has done nothing but move up and gotten better and gotten better and gotten better. My heart goes with Jose Aldo. My pocketbook goes with Frankie Edgar.
I think we may agree on this one as well. And I looked up a lot of things online, a lot of different perspectives. I like to do that. It's like the heart goes to Jose Aldo. Like, if you've been a fan of MMA, you've always loved him.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor just came in
Yep.
and just changed it all up. But he's great. He's a great fighter. The rematch would be great. That's kind of the one thing, too. A lot of people, including me, want to see Aldo McGregor, too.
So do I.
We want to see a different one.
I definitely want to, but I don't think you're going to see it. I don't think McGregor
Right.
can get there. He's never going to get there again.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe
With that
this
said,
is the title fight, guys. Are they calling this an intermittent title?
and,
title right now?
yeah. And
Guys,
a lot of people are
this
saying,
is the title.
and you guys tell us. You tell me, is McGregor going to come back to 145? Is he going to make that weight again? Is he going to? That's a big fat maybe. But Edgar is definitely, like you said, getting better. I think he still has more years than Aldo.
And you look at how many times he's fallen short when he's had a
Very
chance.
many. I think that's why he
He's
went
only
into, I'm
had-
going to knock people out.
I'm not sure he's ever had a 3-round fight. That's how many times this guy's been in there fighting
Yeah.
for the title.
And now, then he
this
goes
is
into
the title.
Chad and
Don't
knocks
be
him
fooled.
out.
This is not an intermittent title. This is the title fight, and Frankie
It's
is
a good way to
coming
look at it.
to take it.
It's a good way. And honestly, I'm glad they have the intermittent blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I think you should do yourself some justice, make it more enjoyable. That's a title fight. It doesn't matter who the belt holder is. Whoever takes that is the champion. Because I
Absolutely.
bet you, whoever wins, if they fight McGregor again, will probably beat him too. That's a big maybe.
I'll
It's a
give
big
you that
maybe.
too. No, I think
But-
I agree with that.
But
I agree with
it'll
that.
be
I
another
agree with that.
competitive fight.
Of course, he's fixing to get whooped by Nate again here in just
I know, and then
short period.
and then how
so-
low is the self-esteem going to be? Then how is he going to defend a 145? Who knows? We'll see. It might even be motivating to go down to 145 after you get choked out 2 times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for 202. That's a different episode. All right, Misha Tate and Amanda Nunes. Let me right off the bat because mine is simple. Both ways, Misha Tate. I like Nunes. I think she has a great chance, but Tate is just tough as nails. A lot of experience, defending her belt. So much ahead of her within winning this fight.
It took her a long time to get where she is, man.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of experience.
You
Nunes.
look at all the fights she's had trying to get to where she is.
Yeah.
She's not going to let that go easily.
And I honestly don't fully believe that Nunes is gonna have the gas to go 5 rounds. I don't see it. I
She's
think
never done it.
She's never done it. She's never done it. And most of the time she'll get tired by the 3rd because she's ready to knock your head off.
Yeah, she comes out throwing everything.
And if that happens, then yeah, she could win the fight. But Tate is too smart.
And it shows with the experience. Misha Tate is 18-5. Amanda Nunes is 12-4. I just think that Misha Tate has better control. It's like McGregor said, use his energy incorrect. What did he say?
Right, too much energy management, whatever the heck
energy
the excuse
management.
for that.
And with that said, Misha Tate can manage her energy.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes is going to come out head hunting, and I believe Misha Tate will win that fight.
Yeah, in the long run.
And my money goes with Misha too.
Yeah, both ways.
And
I
you're
just
with
think in the
Misha?
long run. Yeah, both ways. I mean, I think Nunes will come the most prepared she ever will. But I think it's one of those things. This will be good experience for her, which is kind of my segue to DC. It's experience to get beat up that way. You might have beat up a lot of other people, but I don't think you're gonna beat up Tate like that. And you need to be able to go 5 rounds.
You saw what happened to the last person that was beating up Tate.
Got caught.
You got caught.
You
she
got
jumped
caught.
in.
You didn't
she
think
don't
so.
mess around.
And
she
then
can
bam.
take a punch and she will come back.
And that comes from Holly,
she
who
will
can do
fight
5 rounds.
to the death. To the death.
That's Tate.
I
All the
love
way,
her.
Tate.
I really like her. I really like her a lot. I love her.
Next one. The
Unbelievable.
slightly freak show, but I'm going to give a lot of credit. Brock Lesnar, Mark Hunt. I honestly, if you saw the last episode, I didn't know that Mark Hunt was the guy, and I was looking, who would it be? Who would it be? And Mark Hunt just recently fought, so that's why I didn't really think him. But Frank Mir is who I thought, but even Frank Mir, I don't think he'll ever fight again.
He's done. And I love him.
Big, tough fight. We got a wrestler who's taller, and then we got a knockout artist that likes to knock people out and walk right back out. Who I'm going for and money. Here, who I'm going for? Mark Hunt. Because I just have more respect for the full-time MMA fighter. Sorry. That's pretty much it.
Here goes my old heart again. And I don't know why. I talk about this. I've been talking about this fight since we heard about it, and I've probably been talking about Brock Lesnar since he fought, and it's not always good, you know. But
dude, remember we met at that bar? What wasn't it? Brock Lesnar and Overeem? Remember we had a beer? I met you.
More than likely.
And
I don't.
And Overeem, yeah, you had more beers than I came late.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you're always late.
Overeem freaking kicked him and took him out.
Yes, I do remember that. Remember that.
And you were going for Brock, weren't you?
And you
thought
know what?
Brock was going to do it.
I can't believe it. And at the very last minute, I found myself going for Brock. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean the
thing is
this:
trabeculitis, whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah,
he had a rough time with that. You know what I mean? He's got himself.
You got to give him something
cleaned up right now. He's a man that's in wrestling. He does. He's like a guy who juggles for a living, and then all of a sudden he's willing to come in here, and he talked about it. He wants to do it from the bottom of his heart. He didn't like the way he left. He felt like he left. He was fighting the disease instead of being able to fight at his best. So I really hope. I like the guy, man. You can.
That's where the heart's at.
This is one of the hardest working men you'll ever run into.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that.
I wish him the best, but my money's with Mark Hunt.
For the knockout.
That's cold-blooded.
For the knockout.
For the
round
knockout.
Round 1 or round 2?
Round 1. He's toast. Before round 1 ends, I'm going to go 2 minutes, 16 seconds, round 1 over. Mark Hunt.
2 minutes, 6. This is recording, you know that.
Mark Hunt's got a good takedown defense, man. He said he's a short. Matter of fact, Brock Lesnar
he'll knock him out on the way in.
He's 6'3". Mark Hunt is 5'10". 265 pounds. They both weigh the same. He's got a base on it.
That's going to help the defense.
It's almost impossible to take down a guy like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And his legs are like tree trunks.
Right.
He's got tree trunk legs, guys.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Bigger bones. Yep. Bigger skull.
Good luck, Brock. Good luck, Brock. And remember, there's always wrestling.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
WWE
I really do feel that Brock, with the full energy, and let me throw this out. I don't think I threw this out before because I want to give credit to Brock. I really do. Him and Shane Carwin, that fight, that's what showed me Brock Lesnar is not a WWE clown coming into UFC.
Like that fight.
He is a fighter. He fought through that first round.
Yeah,
he was
he's
getting
a tough guy.
beat, and he came back and won that fight.
He's a tough guy, man.
So all credit to Brock Lesnar. I don't think he's a clown or a show or a freak show. None of that. He is an athlete. He is one of a million.
He's an athlete.
This is a fight.
He's coming to win, bro.
He's coming.
He's coming to win. And I'll tell you something. If he comes out and he throws that right hand like he did last time, or in his previous fights, he's been able to come out, throw that right hand, and somehow connect, knock the man down, and immediately get on top of him. If he gets on top,
there's no way he's getting up.
If he gets on top of Mark Hunt, it's going to be a bad day for Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'll be wishing I'd have put my money on Brock.
That's actually what's great about this fight. Like, it seems like a freak show. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, he's just about money, this, that. But if he does have an effort, Brock, and I feel he definitely will, it's a very interesting fight.
You cannot forget the wins that Brock's had. The wins that he's had were
Shane Carwin, I think, is the biggest
decisively.
one.
Oh, he tangled up Frank and just beat the heck out of him.
Well, the thing is, most people say, oh, Brock doesn't like getting hit in the face, which is true. He's not one to stay in there to get hit,
Nobody likes getting hit.
Yeah, and him
that's
less.
normal.
But at the same time, he's gotten hit, he's gotten beat, and again, I need to go to the Shane Carwin one because I think that's the most impressing one. So that's what makes it interesting. It's
I love
a
it.
good fight. I don't think it's one of those, Mark Hunt's just going to wipe him out. I don't believe that. I think he'll beat him, but it's not going to come necessarily just that easy.
I can't believe I'm excited to see Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he's a freaking
Especially as
big,
long as he's been
giant
gone. I really
man
didn't-
of an athlete.
I didn't
Why
care.
not?
I was like, I don't care if he comes back. I don't care if he ever comes back. Now all of a sudden I'm pulling for the guy.
You're going
I gotta
for it.
pull for him. Hey,
No
you
worries.
know this guy eats fresh meat daily. Cows, buffalo. No,
Well, look at him.
buffaloes, horses,
Like,
kangaroos.
he said-
I have no idea what he eats.
He said it, and it sounded like it would have come out of your mouth. He said, I'm a white boy, so I'm jacked. Deal with it. Deal with it. Hey,
There you go,
hey,
guys.
what are you going to say about that? Right?
And he's
What are you
coming to
gonna say
fight,
about
and
that?
he's definitely not. Definitely no one I'd want to meet in a dark alley, bro.
No. You don't want to piss him off. Let's go to the main event, guys. I think we might be over 30 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out. Love you
Appreciate
guys. And again, comment below. Let us know what you like, dislike.
Like,
We want
subscribe.
all that good stuff. Share it with your friends, and we want to get it out to community. So, the main event: DC Daniel Cormier versus John Jones. Talk about bad blood.
John hit and run Jones. John hit and run Jones against Daniel Cormier.
Daniel Uncle Tom Cormier.
Daniel Uncle Tom.
boy.
I tell you what,
It's like if you want to talk about opposites.
who you going for?
I was gonna ask you first. All right, you asked me, so I'm gonna answer.
Yep.
I am going for DC. The reasons why. Number one, I kind of go with the good point that he says. You know, I really feel that John Jones didn't really learn his lesson. He got away with freaking murder. If I was to do the things that he did,
Easy.
I'd be locked up. And I probably did in the past, and I forgot about those
understand.
things. He
Right.
needs a humble sandwich. He needs a Conor McGregor humble sandwich.
Amen.
And that is to make John Jones a better person, like realistically a better person. So I go with that. But again, AKA San Jose, my brother Method, he gets his haircut where DC gets his haircut, and he's seen him there before. I don't know why, but
He's bald too.
He's bald too.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where the nice haircuts happen.
I'm going for Daniel Cormier. I think Daniel's got more
Why?
confidence.
Okay.
Confidence. He's not playing around here. He really let all that hype get to him last time. Lot of hype. And again, like you said, I really do think John Jones does need a humble sandwich.
Yeah.
And I think Daniel Cormier is going to serve it to him. Unless John Jones of the past shows up with these spinning elbows. But if you see his last fight, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he talked
That's
about,
a big talk
you know,
right now.
He talked about, you give me a better fighter, I'll give you a better fight.
It's true.
We'll see.
I think it's true.
We'll see.
Vince
He's got a better fighter.
Vince was way timid. He should have went balls out.
I'll tell you
he
what.
should have went for it, and he didn't. And John Jones dealt with it and just beat him. So I agree with what he's saying.
Do you think John Jones can knock out Daniel Cormier?
He doesn't,
Knock him out.
He hasn't knocked out many people, so no. I'd have to say no.
Just a question I'd ask.
And with that said, did you see when Rumble Johnson hit the shit out of DC? DC went flying and was still in there and still won.
Exactly.
So
I worry about those elbows. If he shows up with them elbows, we got a problem.
elbows cut. They
Man,
don't
he's
always
so
knock
good with
out.
those.
Elbows cut. They don't always knock out. But
Don't
the other thing.
Don't tell Hendo that.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing too I wanted to say about DC. Ever since that fight, and I think he points a good point. When he first fought John Jones, he never got beat up.
Right.
He was beating people up.
Right.
John Jones was the first person to beat him up and give it to him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And after that, he beat Anthony Rumble Johnson. He beat, damn it slipped my mind. The tall guy.
Yes. White boy. Yep, I know who you're talking about.
He beat him. So he's had the experience. He's been active. John Jones has been hitting people car and running it and doing all his crazy shit. And I'm glad he has the right talk, but I don't believe it. You need a humble sandwich.
I don't believe what he says. I don't believe what he
it.
says about anything.
No.
And I'm a little bit sided with Daniel Cormier on the whole thing. He does come across a bit of a strange way.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to quite a bit of his talk, all the telephone
Leading
interviews,
up and everything.
all the pre-fight hype, and I really do believe my money. I'm betting on Daniel. and I believe Daniel will win that fight.
Man,
I really do.
I'm
gonna
go with
that
both
this
too.
kid's gonna come back and make another run, bro.
I believe
Not
everything
against
happens
Daniel
for a
Cormier.
reason. I just
If he
can't
does,
believe that
fine.
John Jones would like DC says deserve it. And I hate to go that route because John Jones is just a great fighter and we shouldn't be talking about anything but skills. But DC is tough. He's got more experience than the first time. He already fought him, so he already knows what to expect.
You just made the comment. You're not sure if he deserves it. It comes down to, are you willing to earn it?
Are you willing to?
And
yeah,
I don't believe he is.
Wow,
I don't believe he is.
That's a big
And I'm
statement.
telling you right now, Daniel Cormier is willing to earn this thing. He has calmed down. He's not letting the hype get to him. He's not letting the kid get to his head. All of his statements. He's not worried about who he's hitting, who he's drinking, or how much dope he's doing. He's coming to whip that ass.
He's coming with the humble sandwich.
He is coming
that's
with
what
the
he
humble
wants.
sandwich.
That's what he said. That
By the way,
he wants.
If we're both right, we're gonna make some money.
I might double up on that $1. I might double up.
Can you, John Jones is favored in this fight.
Oh shit!
Absolutely.
I might have to put $20.
Yeah.
$20.
10 apiece.
Hey, let's do it.
10 apiece.
We're high rolling here. We're doing big things at the MMA half hour. All right, we're gonna call it. That's it. That's plenty. I think we went over.
Thank
you guys for watching. This was fun. It's always fun. Comment below, like, share with the friends, and have a happy UFC 200. We're going to do a reaction video or something. I don't know.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You're always welcome, too.
Appreciate you.
But the next one, video or whatever, I'm going to do something for UFC 200. I'm having a UFC 200 party. Charlie's going to be there.
I'll be at the party.
Buddy's going to be there. We're going to be betting dollars, and we'll see what happens. But enjoy the fights, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next time. Later.
I always knew that, though, Rated. I always knew that. I tell you that before. This was my goddamn idea. You just implemented it.
Well, it's one thing to say something, and it's the other thing to do it, right?